Set your time machine for 1967. It was the age of Aquarius, Vietnam, sit-ins, love-ins, and Brooklyn's very own television station, WBCF. My name is James Glynn, executive producer of Neighborhoods Today. In 1967, I was young, crazy, and lucky enough to have started my own television station, WBCF Channel 19. WBCF was not a broadcast station, but it played in the East Village on Channel 1. Channel 1 was a theater where film and video artists were able to exhibit their material. Let me take a few minutes to explain how our operation began. In 1966, the Sony Corporation came out with its first home videotape recorder. It was a black and white, half-inch, reel-to-reel recorder, much like the audio tape recorder of that day. Along with the Sony video camera, you were able to record a picture as well as audio on tape. I was lucky to be one of 4 people in New York City to own the equipment. Now that I owned the station and the equipment, it was time to begin thinking about programming. I began with 3 types of programs: music, talk, and comedy. Next, I needed to put a cast together. They consisted of local neighborhood friends who would gather in this very studio on a Friday or Saturday night, and with very little or no rehearsal at all, would tape a show. The program you're going to see today, Dear Peter, was our talk show. It was taped in October of 1970 and is hosted by Peter FRANZESE. Peter, I would say, was the forerunner of Jerry Springer or Maury. As you can imagine, much of the program was improvised. I would discuss with Pete the topic and the guest for that particular show, and the rest was left to chance. Sometimes it was like one big playpen. A cross-section where we let accidents happen, and they did happen. Sometimes it was like one big outtake. So why don't you sit back, try to relax, as we take a peek back to 1970. Here is Dear Peter.
Hello and welcome to today's show, the Peter FRANZESE Show here. And we're going to talk about premarital sex. And my guest here would like to give you her opinion on it. Her name is Lady X. Yes, Lady X.
Madam X.
Madam X, Lady
Yes.
X. I'll call you Toots.
All right. I'll put it dead straight.
Okay.
I'm a little bastard.
Oh, yay!
Can't get much straighter than that.
Upper bone.
What else would you like to know? Why I go screwing around?
You took the words right
I
out of
love
my mouth.
Did you ever screw? Did you ever?
Do you like it?
I love it.
That's nice.
Did you see your BD specialist?
I got a good one for you.
Well, let's hear it.
Just keep coming with it. Come on. Tell me, what's a good
Where do
one?
I go?
Tell me a good one.
I got a good BT specialist for her. She needs one.
Oh,
Oh,
who's your...
she don't need a BD specialist. She needs an abortionist.
I got a good one on that too, Bob.
What? When are you going to get married? And somebody?
But who wouldn't need to get married when you can go here and there and get a good little screw? A good
Yeah,
big
but
screw.
they ain't got no purpose in life.
Well, who the hell needs a purpose in life? I'm having a good time.
Yeah, but
That's right.
you pay for what?
I'm getting
Pay for
paid
getting
good.
screwed.
And I'm getting paid good. They call me
while
the,
you're working.
the queen of the hula ladies right
You
here.
put pleasure with business.
You got to pay them off?
What mob?
What mob?
What mob? There's no
The
mob.
mob that runs
Underground,
42nd Street. Where do you
Nobody
operate?
runs me. I run myself. I got my
Where
own
do you
business.
operate
In fact,
at?
I have these girls working for me.
And you don't pay them off?
All right.
There'll be no soliciting on my show.
Now here's
Yeah.
one of my specials.
That's a special?
My name
What do you give them out like models? Like a Model T, a Model G, a Model H? Yeah.
My name is Lizzie Lay,
Yeah.
and I'm a prostitute. I don't believe in trying it without paying for it. And furthermore,
You pay?
No, they pay.
They pay you?
Yes.
You ought to pay them.
Don't call on him.
You ought to pay them.
Pay.
You bring, I bring.
You bring, we come. You come.
Notice the red blouse she has on tonight, folks.
Yes.
I notice yours is orange. Why is that?
Well, it's
How come
a little
yours is
faded.
Faded.
I mean, I've worn it so long.
Yes.
Furthermore, as you know, us prostitutes work on a pay-as-you-lay basis. Tax deductible at the end of the year. And
What do you do?
I think it's a lousy business, and I don't think you should be in it.
why is it?
I think that you
Okay, first
and
of all,
all your mugs ought to get out of
why
that
should I be in
operation.
it?
Because it's a disgrace to the young womanhood.
And
What do you think you are,
why
huh?
is it allowed?
Take it
Because I
easy.
just got finished telling you. You're taking a natural thing and you're making an enterprise out of it. You're
They're
doing
making
the
an
wrong thing.
enterprise
You
out of
shouldn't do
everything
it.
else.
Make an enterprise out of what?
Everything.
Everything. So why they gotta
Listen,
keep going? Something's gotta be sacred in this world.
And
if you got a question,
To each his own. To each his own. I pay the church.
Jack, I think.
You want an action?
now that my podium is cleared, sit down in my chair. Sit down. Now what? Now we'll have a clip. Man,
Hey, leave my women alone.
sit down. I said sit down. I said sit down. I said
Break,
this is
break.
my show. Sit down.
How do you think you're pushing?
Now,
Alright, come on. I don't believe you.
we'll be right back in 1 minute.
Hey!
I just as big as an animal.
WBCF Television, Channel 19 in New York, where you see the best in sight day and night.
And we're back.
Baby, light my
Yes, your
fire.
question.
Before you said that, you know, you don't think I should do what I'm doing because it's a lousy career and it's not for a woman. Now, from that I take that you think the perfect thing is like a woman to get married and have sex in a decent way.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, did you know that in, what's
I
the
don't
name of
understand
that
sign
little
language,
word?
so you better use words.
Commercial sex, right?
Yeah.
That many married women are really prostitutes, but in a direct way, whereas me and like my other prostitute colleagues, we operate on a pay-as-you-lay basis. But a lot of married people today are really prostitutes, but in an indirect way, because like they'll say, oh honey, like, you know, buy me jewelry and buy me fur coats and buy me a new car and buy me this and buy me that. And like, you know, they'll go to bed with them and they really don't
That's
love
a
them.
typical woman,
and
I gotta
that is
say.
commercial sex. And that woman is just as much a prostitute as me.
Yeah, but there's a feeling involved, whereas there's no feeling with you. You're just in a
No,
feeling.
there is no feeling involved. That's what I'm
Of
saying.
course there's a feeling involved.
I'm saying there's a lot of women who don't love their husbands and just have sex for the purpose of getting material goods.
I don't think so. I think you're wrong.
Listen, this is a proven fact. I mean, I know I'm a putain, but I mean, I do.
I still
read.
think you're wrong. Until you bring me some certificate proof, certified proof, then you changed my mind. But right now, I think
Listen,
you're
if you
wrong.
don't believe me,
I
what do you
don't
think
believe
she's
you.
Tell me something, Mr.
Because I
Bell.
don't
That is
believe you.
commercial sex. So you wouldn't consider a woman who don't love her husband and just uses him to get money and jewelry and, you know, say like with me. If I go to
That's
bed with
not
a
what people
guy,
get married.
I go to bed and
She comes
I'm
right to the
saying,
point.
like,
She's truthful in what she's doing.
I'm saying like, and I'm not saying you don't get married for that reason, even though some people might. But I'm saying a lot of married couples today, like a lot of them, you know, came to the point where they don't even, you know, the woman don't even love the husband or something like that, and like she'll just have sex with him like to get material goods. And in a indirect way, like I said, she is more of a prostitute than I am. Only she works on a different basis.
I think that what you're saying is true to a certain percent, but I think the percentage is small. I don't think it's a high percent of people that you're talking about.
Don't you know, John, Peter, that you know, prostitution
I know a lot. What do you
is
want me to
giving
know?
You do know
giving sex for getting
Shut your
some
mouth,
material gain in any aspect. So whether you go in a corner, like me, I do, and my friends over here, or
You go in a corner, you don't even have a decent bed.
That's just an
That's-
expression that she's using.
oh, very funny. I mean to
Tell
make
me
the
something,
transactions.
just a moment. Have you ever screwed anybody?
Of course.
Who? Let me know who that girl is.
Who was
A
that
day.
poor girl?
In
Not
your
a
dreams?
boat.
In your dreams?
All right, you rule against this prostitution. So you screwed some prostitute, right?
Of course.
And what was your feeling then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I was in it for education. There's a very certain purpose for it.
Educational
That's
purposes. I mean, did you?
I'm a
don't tell
cultured
it just a minute, I
person.
gotta make a few
I
notes. over
bet,
here.
I'll tell you. Man is a cultured person. He only learns through experience.
You
see?
ain't cultured.
So, you need the experience.
But you're all against
And
these
that's-
prostitutes, and
that's-
you're contradicting yourself.
She's talking about going and having fun with. I feel that there's a purpose for them. But that they
to
shouldn't go
satisfy your
enjoying
wife
themselves
later on.
around.
So
To enjoy my what?
to satisfy your wife later on.
My wife.
Psychological need,
When you
actually.
do you plan to get married?
Of course.
All right.
Do you plan to be a virgin when you get married?
Of course.
Would you like a lick? please?
Quiet in the audience.
Well, it's true, man. That's a
Would you like a
proven
lick?
fact.
What do you got? Chewing tobacco on my show. And these are the kind of people I got.
Listen, I just want to get back to what I was
Yes,
saying
what were you
before.
saying before?
Whether you're a strip teaser
Yes.
or
They're
Those are
completely
people-
different things.
or those are milder forms of prostitution.
No,
When
it
you're
is
married
not.
and you have sex
No,
with
it
your
isn't.
husband for money,
If
or
you
whether
wear-
you're like me and go
Wearing a
put on your
miniskirt,
panel
you don't
and go.
consider that
That's just being an exhibitionist. That's not being a prostitute.
well, that's what the same thing with a can girl, like you were saying.
No. They're doing sexual things for money gain, honey pie.
A stripper just takes off her clothes and it's
And she's teasing
She
and everything,
exhibits.
and she's doing it for money.
But she doesn't
When I
go.
walk down the street with a miniskirt on, I'm not charging everyone for, showing my beautiful
I don't
body.
think they would pay anyhow.
What do you show when you walk down the
Do
street?
you have any more comments?
Yes, just one more question.
Yes.
What do you think of masturbation?
What do I think of it? Not much. You got any more questions?
He never
What
done
do you
it.
think of masturbation, madam?
I think a guy.
And for a girl,
No, well, I'm just
particularly in
saying.
this case.
Why should a guy masturbate when he has a girl?
And what about
maybe
with a
what
girl?
about the girl which has
When what? When
she has her period? Maybe he has to masturbate. No, but I'm saying like, to develop yourself sexually. What do you think of
I
masturbation?
think it's great.
Right. And
Right.
that's what gets me. A lot of people,
What gets you?
girls in particular,
Shut your mouth in the audience.
who
Yes.
will admit to a sex affair without a twinge of, excitement or anything,
Yes.
will deny the fact that they masturbate. That's all I have to say.
What about you? Do you deny the fact?
That's for me to say, but like I don't deny it anymore.
She denies the fact. Well,
I says I don't deny it.
she just talks about other people and she goes ahead and does it. Any other comments from the audience? Fine.
From the penis gallery.
All right. What other comments you have to make?
I like a quote from my little blondie over here.
A quote.
Oh, yeah, I know you've got a lot to say. Get up here.
I have an original.
Okay. If you don't close your mouth, a fly's gonna go in.
Huh?
Close your mouth, a fly's gonna go in. What's this lip movements? Wait, don't you speak?
I want to know how come you really, like, how come you think that way about that? I mean, like, you know, how come? I mean, I make my living and you make your
Comedian or
living. I mean, you know, why?
Do you plan to stop us from
Stop you from what?
our prostitution?
How am I gonna stop you?
Well, you're so against it. It seems like you would start a whole big riot, like the riot
I
about
feel
everything
that
else.
first of all, you girls has got your own conscience, and if you want to go ahead and do it, fine. Only I don't think it's right, that's all.
How come?
Because I don't think it's right. I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think you're losing, you're missing the whole point of sex.
The nakedness
Sex
of
is there
woman is
for
the
only
work
one
of God.
reason, not to have pleasure from it, but to have it there for just procreation. That's what the whole purpose is there.
It's for procreation. It's for procreation and it's for pleasure too. Honey, is only one aspect. There is procreation number one. There's pair formation. There's pair maintenance. There's psychological sex. There's exploratory sex. There's self-rewarding sex. There's occupational sex. There's commercial sex. There's status sex. I believe in self-rewarding sex. Occupational, tribulating,
And occupational.
Oh, you're wrong. That's
Get
all I'm
paid for
telling
their
you.
services.
Right. What services did you
We're a
render?
diversified group of people.
Just many people. Just because we're hookers, you don't have to put us down, man.
You guys are wrong.
We like to go down. Put us down.
Business.
What kind of a girl did you
First of
screw?
all, we're gonna clear that podium.
We're
Sit down,
talking, we're
son.
speaking.
We're speaking. We're
One at a
speaking.
time, you all
opinion.
speak. I gotta get up again.
Yeah, you get off from that seat. We are one and we are one. We live. We go right on. Power.
Power to the whole.
We are one. We give you your pleasure. And power you. And up yours, right so.
What do you think of? What do you think of? What do you think of women's lib?
Hey, whoa.
Since you talk about being so, what do you think of it? Huh? You like it? Or you for or against it? I don't want a big speech on it.
I'm
Just
for it.
you two, all these.
What you think?
Are all these in it? What do you think?
What's what?
Yeah, you for or you against it? Madam Twinge, what are you?
I think
Neutral. Really.
So what are you standing up there with the rest of them? Who was? And I use a term.
I make my
Disney.
living. That's my side job. I come in on weekends.
The girl that you screwed, was she a whore or what?
Of course.
Oh yeah?
No, actually, I'm not for
Yes.
women's liberation. I put it this way. I have enough competition with my own sex, and that when I'm with a man, I like to feel relaxed and not, you know, be competing
someone
with
with
him.
experience.
I think you're right. I think you're 100% right.
Just about time you I may be a foxy lady, but like, that's beside the point.
I think that you might do a lot of things wrong, but on that one area, you're right.
I think they should have the right. They have the right, but I don't know if they are right. to do it. You know what I mean?
Get closer to the mic, because I don't know if you...
Why don't they have the right?
No, I think they should have the right, but I don't know if they are right. You know what I mean? Like say,
Why don't you know that they're not?
because it's too individualized. For instance, like, you know, you can't generalize the whole thing. You have to say, well, you know, give me a sentence here.
Ain't no bona
My opinion would change.
Yeah, but like, let's do the women's liberation. Just right on,
Right on. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Up to be liberated in a certain situation. You know,
Hey, pay attention.
whatever she wants to do, she should have to do. But if it is right.
Do you agree with them?
I wasn't really listening.
Well, why don't you listen? What are you here for,
You weren't
Wolfies?
listening.
I got my flowers. They do the same
You weren't
effect.
listening.
I
All you
certainly
ever have
was.
is your
Why
flowers.
don't you sit down
Why
with the
don't you
rest of your
shut up?
mob? And have one person up there before I got you.
It's better this way. This way, whoever wants to talk.
right.
You can get up and
I
talk.
feel like Jack in the Box,
Or go
going
sit
in
down.
and out.
No,
And up and
Do you
down.
have any comment to make?
I just made it.
Then sit down. You?
He didn't wait, but then, you know, I might want to make something.
Well, when you make it, you come back. I can't have you spread around
Did you come back?
Because you're too destructive.
Did you come? Period.
Did you what?
Will you please leave?
Would you
I
please-
says to shut up, now shut up.
You're
over
a
here.
farce.
I'm gonna force you right out the door.
Go ahead.
If I do, you'll be sorry.
Oh.
You and how many other people?
Now, now go ahead and tell me what you're going to tell me, then sit down.
She's next.
Sit down.
Dear Peter Stone,
Sit down.
listen, the body was meant to be used.
We'll be right back.
And that's it.
Channel 19 in New York.
And we're back. And what's your closing comment?
Well, it doesn't seem we got through to you because you're such a hard-headed bastard, but you got such a soft... Usually, after my programs, I make offers to my...
Well, there ain't going to be no offers made on my show as long as
I
I'm
wouldn't
here.
think of offering
What
to
else you
You're
want to
not a
say, and
man.
then I'm going to throw you out of here.
I just want to say that my panel, my girls and I are going to sing a song.
1, 2, 3.
Taste me, come on, taste me, taste me.
If you screw as bad as you sing, forget about it.
Oh, taste me.
Good night.
Taste me, into my
They become millionaires by being big
Taste
screwy.
me.
Out of my living room, out!
Transportation for the Dear Peter Show was provided by Barbara Zuppoli. Production assistants, Marguerite Santaramo, Nick Pinto, and Anne-Marie Boniface. The Dear Peter Show is a group WBCF television presentation. As you have seen, Peter had quite an assortment of guests to contend with on his show. While the program was taped in black and white, the language sometimes used was very colorful. I hope you've enjoyed our program, and in the future we will be airing more programs from our archives. For Neighborhoods Today, I'm James Glynn, and thank you for watching.